Fraser Company will need a new warehouse in 5 years. The warehouse will cost $500,000 to build. What lump sum amount should the company invest now to have $500,000 available at the end of 5 years? Assume the company can invest money at 10%, and also assume that it could invest money at 14%. Let's consider the 10% case first. Since we're talking about a single lump sum cash flow of $500,000 in 5 years, we need to find the present value interest factor for 5 periods at a 10% interest rate. That factor is 0.621. To calculate the present value then, or the amount we need to set aside today, we multiply the $500,000 by the 0.621 present value interest factor, and we get a present value of $310,500. In other words, if the Fraser Company invested $310,500 at a 10% interest rate, in 3 years it would grow to $500,000. If we were to solve this using our financial calculator, we would enter 5 for n, the number of periods, 10 for the interest rate, 0 for the payment, and $500,000 for the future value, the amount we want in 5 years. And we would solve for a present value of $310,461. Again, the difference between our calculator calculation and our table value is due to the rounding of factors in our present value interest factor table. At a 14% interest rate, we need to look up our present value interest factor for 5 years and 14%. That's 0.519. We multiply that by 500,000 to get a present value of $259,500. Notice we need to have less money set aside today at a 14% interest rate to reach our goal than we would at a 10% interest rate. If we were to solve this using our financial calculator, we would use n equals 5 for the number of periods, 14% for our interest rate, 0 for the payment, 500,000 for the future value, and we would solve for a present value of $259,684. Again, as the interest rate increases, the present value decreases. That is, the amount we would need to set aside to reach our investment goal is less.